It's funny how the characters we're supposed to hate, we sometimes end up relating to the most. Like, if you ask people their favorite superhero movie, sometimes they don't even mention the hero. Some of their favorite characters are the Heath Ledgers or the Joaquin Phoenix's Jokers, like Killmonger, Darth Vader. Sometimes, my personal favorite, Mega Man, I love that nigga. Sometimes the heroes are a representation of perfection, or at least something that we as humans cannot reach. Heroes always do the right thing. They make the right choice. They save the damsel in distress or whoever needs to be saved. They're noble, selfless, disciplined, and everything that we wish we were. Heroes show us what we want to be. Sometimes the villains show us what we are. Modern storytelling in like movies nowadays, especially recently, they stop making the villains evil for no reason. They show trauma, like what made them who they are. They show the humanity in them. Like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, he wasn't a super villain. He was a guy who was drowning and he was just having shit after shit after shit situation back to back, and that just slowly ended up breaking him. His story felt like something that happens in real life. Ledger's Joker, it was chaos, but like you saw pieces of truth in everything he said. The struggle of villains makes them real. They don't pretend to be perfect, nor do they really want to. Villains don't really hide the darkness. And when it comes to that, people struggle to connect with success. Everyone knows what it feels like to be ignored, overlooked, and underestimated. Or to think like people don't really like you. Everybody's held that. Everyone's had that moment where life feels kind of unfair or pointless. And villains in those movies, they have those moments define them, you know. But with heroes, they supersede that. They will rise above all of that and be triumphant. Where most of us don't feel like we really rose above anything. Like when the Joker breaks down, that feels real. But when Batman wins in like those old movies, it's kind of like what's supposed to happen. It feels scripted in a sense. You know, heroes they follow the rules and villains will sometimes question the entire system. Sometimes what the villain says is what you were thinking that whole time but couldn't say. It feels honest. It may be extreme, but it's honesty. Of course, it's an exaggeration, but the exaggeration is sometimes what people need to really see the truth that some people are saying. We don't idolize villains because we want to be evil or because we like the shit that they're doing. We relate to them because they feel like us. They fail just like we fail at times. And they cry like we cry. No, they're going through a lot of shit the same way we go through a lot of shit. We want to be the hero, of course. That's the best case scenario. Who doesn't want to be Spider-Man? Sometimes being the villain is what is the most real. Now, when a hero goes through struggle and does the same thing a villain does, you also could resonate with that hero too now. It's not just only villains. And Spider-Man 2, was it? Spider-Man 2? Yeah. Spider-Man 2, when Gwen dies, that shit. In the clock tower? Oh yeah, that's crazy. Oh yeah, people feel that. Like when the heroes go through a struggle the same way the villains and we go through a struggle, that makes us resonate with them too. Crazy. You know, it happened with both hero and villain. But just saying that, the the side in the movie that resonates with us most is what we really lean towards. You know, when villains or heroes are allowed to be brutally honest about what they are experiencing in the movies, shows, or whatever, like if they feel abandoned, that's when you start to really feel that. You start feeling the emotions behind that scene. Sometimes these characters can remind us of our inadequacy, and that's why we enjoy them, because it's like watching another side of the world where somebody else is walking through your shoes, and you can say, yeah, I went through that too.